record.
Okay, got it. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so good afternoon from here from Spain, and good morning in Toronto, right?
Yeah. 9 a.m.
9 a.m. So here is 3 p.m. So, well, my name is Mario D'Antonio Fram. I'm the international relations from a study abroad project. The name is True Spanish Experience. It's a study abroad program in Spain. And we are going to talk a little about, of course, our program. We will play a video so you can have a look to where we are, our facilities, etc. And why study abroad in Spain? Oh, that's important. And we will talk about the program that we have with York University. That is a combination of Spanish courses plus internship in any area, any field, as we will talk later. Okay. Well, so first of all, I want to tell all the students to encourage to do study abroad. Of course, if you are coming to Spain, we will be very happy. If you are coming to our program, we will be very, very happy. But if you don't, please go anywhere. You know, it's a amazing experience that you will never forget. First of all, because you are going to learn a new language, or you are going to improve the language you're learning. So you are going to know a new culture. That is something very important. But overall, I say to all the students that I work with, that is going to open your mind. It's going to change your mind. You're going to be able to see the world in a different way, and to learn to respect everybody and learn to not compare any culture or whatever. Nothing is better, nothing is worse, it's just different, you know. So this is very, very important. A part of the language improvement or learning, that also is great. Well, first of all, to say that this program overall, of course, is very good for students who has been studying Spanish, for example, in high school, or they are heritage of Spanish because their family are from Latin America, for example, or students who have just a few Spanish in school or are now in university. And also it's open to students with no Spanish, so they can start learning Spanish in the program from the beginning. Because as I will tell you later, the program includes Spanish courses for all levels, from initial level till advanced level. Sorry, plus an internship in any of the fields that you're in, any of your major. As I will tell you later, we have majors in education, animal science, medical science, engineering, a lot of more, you know, as you will see, sport, management, international business, marketing, etc. So it's very interesting because you are going to be able to work. Of course, depending on your level of Spanish, if you have no level of Spanish, you will be mainly in English at the first moment. And if you have some Spanish, you will be able also to improve your Spanish in a business environment. That is very important, okay? I was going to say that if anybody have any doubt, you know, just tell me, but well, you cannot because we are recording that, you know, but I hope that this is very clear for you. Well, let me tell you, first of all, when I go I talk to the students overall when talk about the cultural shock before just telling you a little about the programs. So if you come to Spain, you know, don't panic with a lot of things that are very different. As I told you, you will learn that nothing is better, nothing is worse. In Spain, we have very different schedule. For example, for lunchtime, I always with my students when they come from the United States or Canada, that maybe you have lunch at 12 o'clock, and here one day they were in a homestay with a mother, and he told me, Mario, I don't like my mother in Spain. You go, why? Because she gave me lunch at 3 o'clock p.m. So now this hour, I say, I'm sorry, this is a regular time in Spain. So in Spain we have lunch from 2 to 4. Sorry, it's something very, very different. And as I told you, you will find you have to be very open-minded to see that nothing is better, nothing is worse, that you will see a lot of cultural differences. And this is something as well really, really interesting about doing a study abroad, okay? So let me just check. Also, I want you to share my screen. So can you see my screen? Yes, okay. So first of all, because also we have, this is Sasha Smith. This is one of our students from the United States, in this case from New Mexico State University. She just recorded a video telling you her experience. That's also I want you to listen to her. It's important for all of you. We have a YouTube channel. In YouTube channel, if you write down True Spanish Experience, verdadera experiencia española, so true Spanish experience in English. You can find there a lot these videos and a lot of much more videos about our students, our facilities, activities, internships, etc. So we are going just to play two videos, but in YouTube, write down True Spanish Experience, okay, that you can see here, True Spanish Experience, and you will find a lot of videos. So first of all, I want to just, oops, it's very loud. Just first of all, so the world where we are. First of all, why Spain and why small place cities? We have the campus in those small cities, Cuenca and Coruña. So I want to tell you why Spain, why Spanish. Well, as you know, Spanish is the second language spoken in the world, but is the language where is spoken in more different countries. Of course, Chinese, English, is spoken all over the world. But as you know, Spanish is the official language in almost all Latin America, Mexico, Argentina, Chile, almost all Central and South America, except Brazil, where Portuguese is spoken. But in Portugal, in Brazil as well, a lot of people speak Spanish. But almost in the rest of Latin America, not only in Spain, Spanish is the official language. So you can travel all around all Latin America speaking Spanish, and for your future jobs, if you're working in America, in Canada, in United States, Spanish is day after day more and more important, not only because of Spain, but also overall because all the relation and the commercial relations with Latin America. So this is something very interesting for traveling, of course, all Latin America, Central South America, and for business and for your future, your professional future. Even if you are not going, I always say the same to all the students. Even in a position when you finish university and you ask for a position, even if Spanish, for example, is not spoken, is not necessary. If they see somebody who has been working in Spain or Latin America in another language, they always prefer this person. Why? Not only because they can speak in this language, but overall because it means a lot of things, that when you are able to work in a different language, you are going to be more able to solve problems, to work in teams, etc. So this is something very, very interesting for the companies, not only because of the language, also because you are able to work in a completely different environment, and an international environment that nowadays is every day much more important. So this will be an advantage for you, to have, foreign languages, but also to have been working, doing this internship and Spanish courses abroad. It's a great advantage for the students. I always say the same, the three most important languages in the world now are English, that most of us will speak English. You speak English, of course. Chinese and Spanish. Of course, Chinese is very, very important. But Spanish is another language so important for overall, as I told you, for Latin America. And well, it's a little easier than Chinese. I was learning Chinese for 4 months. Oh my God, it was so difficult. But I always think this, if you speak English, Chinese, and Spanish, you are the king or the queen of the world. So, so this is, as I told you, this is why it's very important in this case, to learn Spanish. Why Spanish? A lot of students tell me, Mario, it's better to learn the Spanish in Spain or in Latin America. And I say all the same, it's the same, you don't have to compare, nothing is better, nothing is worse. The difference between studying Spanish, of course, there's a lot of differences, like English from UK or English from the United States, or English from Scotland and English from England is different, So with Spanish is the same, but we can communicate perfectly. We have different accents, but it's the same. If you go to a good place to learn the language, you can learn in Mexico, in Argentina, in Costa Rica, in España. What's the difference, why to do in Spain? Well, the only difference, in fact, is because you are going to have an European experience. Okay, if you go to any other countries that Mexico, Argentina, Chile, Panama, Uruguay, Bolivia, Peru, to learn the language, and at the end you're going to have an American experience because you are in the American continent. If you come to Spain, apart of everything that we have in relation with the Latin American community, we are in Europe. And also there is a lot of differences with America. So the students overall, when they are coming from America, they are very glad to learn about, not only about Spain, but to learn about Europe. We are a small continent, very historical continent, and everything is very close if we compare with Canada or with the States. For example, from Madrid to Paris is 1 hour and a half flight, 2 hours to Rome, 2 hours and a half, less than 3 hours to Berlin, to Germany. I mean, so everything is so close, and we have a lot of low-cost companies flights that you can travel even for the weekends. Our students, and during the weekends, they travel around Spain, but also I go for the weekend to Paris. So this is an amazing experience, not only to learn about the Spanish language, about the Spanish culture, but also about the European culture and the European history that is very rich, and very, very old. So this is the only difference between learning Spanish in Spain or learning Spanish in Latin America, okay? So also this is also something very important that I want to say to the students. Then, of course, if you think about Spain, everybody think I'm from Madrid, Barcelona, Salamanca. I'm from Madrid. Madrid is an amazing place, of course, but I always recommend to do, if possible. Of course, it will depend on the student. If it's a very independent students who want to go to New York, to Paris, in Madrid, of course, they have to go to these places. But all the kind of students who have been not traveling a lot during, or they don't want to be a very big places, and the name of our project is True Spanish Experience, because our campuses are in small towns and where there is still this atmosphere of the real Spain. And Madrid and Barcelona are amazing cities, of course, all our students go to visit the cities because they are very close. But at the end, they are very big cities. So at the end, New York, Paris, London, Madrid, Barcelona, they are not the same, but they have a lot of similarities at the end. Shops, restaurants, etc., are more or less the same. So as you will see, we are in we have the campus in two small towns. One is Cuenca, and the other one is A Coruña. And Cuenca is very, very close to Madrid. I mean, it's a small town in the middle of the nature, World Heritage by UNESCO, only 1 hour by train from Madrid. So our students arrive to Madrid by flight, from Canada, and then they just take the train in 1 hour. They are in Cuenca. I will show you in a video where we are True Spanish Experience. Stop. So here, Madrid is here in the middle. Here it is in the East Coast, not East Coast, is Barcelona, one of the most famous as well. And then Cuenca is here, is just 1 hour from Madrid, very, very close. And the other one is A Coruña, is here, is in the northwest. And it's very different. Something also very interesting about Spain is that we are a small country if we compare with the American countries, but it's like a continent in itself. So from the north to the south is completely different. You go to this part, of Almeria, and it's very similar to Morocco. You go to this part, of Catalonia, and it's similar to France. And this is Castilla, that is completely different. And then the north is completely different, this part. And this part is very similar to Ireland because they have a lot of connection with the Celtic, culture. So it's green, and it's similar to Ireland. So it's an interesting country, as you can, just in a short period of time, you can discover very, very different landscape. You will see now. So we are going to see a little two destinations, Cuenca and A Coruña. So this is Cuenca. As you can see, it's in the middle of the country, but just 1 hour from Madrid. It's a medieval city. World Heritage by UNESCO. Is a beautiful place and very cultural. Even if it's a small town, there is a lot of important cultural and art museums that we collaborate with. So we do a lot of artistic things, in Cuenca. But it's a magical place, Cuenca. Everything is walking distance, so it's very safe place, of course. But Spain in general is a very safe country. But of course, Cuenca and Coruña even better, because they are very small. The students can go even at night, walking alone on the street without any problem. So as I told you, this is Cuenca. This is our students from different countries: United States, Brazil, China, Japan. We have from all these nationalities students in Cuenca. And also it's in the middle of the nature. So also it's very easy to do a lot of sport activities in the nature, etc. Now you will see Coruña, completely different. It's in the sea, it's in the Atlantic Ocean, and you will see it's completely green and also a beautiful place. It's a little larger than Cuenca. Cuenca is about 60,000 inhabitants, and Coruña is about 200,000 inhabitants. But it's completely different. We have a lot of activities in the sea. The port is one of the most important ports in Spain. And it's, as I told you, absolutely different. These also are students from all of the world visiting Cuenca, Coruña in this case. And now we're going to see, the Spanish lessons. So in the program that we are offering, we have a Spanish lesson for all levels. So that means that if you have no Spanish, you can start from 0 level. So you can start from 0 Spanish. If you are initial or intermediate, you will join a group, of your level. If you're advanced, the same. Or even if you are heritage, you are from Hispanic background, So we have a lot of students who are able to speak quite a lot of understanding, but these students sometimes they cannot not read overall. Writing and for business is not. So it's open to all the students. As I told you, even heritage students from Hispanic, heritage. Always our classroom is very small, so from 2 to 12 students, and we try that the students are going to learn the language in real situations. Also, we take the students outside of the classroom. We are in Spain. We don't have to stay all the time in the classroom. We want to go to the bank, to the market, etc. So the students are going to learn the language in real situation. So when you are going to work or to visit any other country, you can manage yourself, to do anything. So this is, for example, this is some of our classroom, very dynamic, and with this. And as I told you, for example, in the next example, when we're learning, how much is this? So we learn that, but we take the students outside. This is a class. So with the teacher, with the students, we take the students outside to use their Spanish, in real situations. This is another advantage to do in small places because we cannot do that in Madrid or Barcelona. It's a big city, everybody's running, but here in small places, people have time. This is our university that I will show you later. People have time for the students. They know the students, and they stop with them. They speak slowly. So it is another of the advantages to be in a small town that is not so crowded of international students, that not everybody speak English. Our university is CESUGA, Centro de Estudios Universitarios Superiores Gallegos, the campus is in Coruña. And what you will see is a small university. Oops, sorry. Okay. Technical problem. Here we are again. This is just you will see the campus with our degrees that we have business management, architecture, translation, etc. We have just a few degrees, in our a part of the Spanish program, the degrees, in CESUGA. And then the program, here we are. The combination of this program, as I told you, is a very intensive program. In the first moment, of course, you can do all over the year, but usually for your university students, they are doing for 2 months in summertime. So you don't have to miss any class or whatever. So usually they come from June and July in this month. This program is minimum 2 months. Why? Because if you are doing an internship, the first month you are just learning, so you have to stay at least 2 months, so the first month you're learning, and the second month you are just improving everything. I always say the same, of course, if you are doing only a language course, you can do it anytime and the period you want, but for the Spanish Plus internship, the program we're talking about, in the first moment is June and July. As I told you, we are open all over the year, so you could be able to do it anytime. It's a very intensive program, so in the morning you have 20 hours of Spanish, intensive, but I thought you are not all the time in the classroom, so we are going to enjoy at the same time that you are learning. And in the afternoon, usually is another from 15 to 20 hours per week of internship. How is the process of the internship? As I told you, we have 2 different parts. So then, depending on your level of Spanish, you are going to be in an initial, advanced, intermediate course of Spanish. For the internship, always when we start the enrollment of the students, we need you to send us, the curriculum vitae, the resume, and your interest. So I tell you, for example, you will see we have students who are doing a major in animal science and a minor in Spanish. So she was doing an internship in a veterinarian and they were doing classes of Spanish. A student who were doing engineering as a major, education, we'll say a sport coach. These are some of the students. An example: international relations. This is animal science, tourism, technologies, engineering, receptionist in hospitality, education, volunteering. Also, it's a very beautiful program. conversation assistant. We have I remember now that we have 2 students from York University before the pandemic. They were doing the internship with the Red Cross, so it was a beautiful project that they were participating. And for example, conversation assistant, they were also doing, if the students, they don't have a good level of Spanish, it's great because they can do, for example, for the Red Cross, the volunteering, teaching English to little kids. That is so beautiful, and it's an amazing experience. Or students who are going to be teachers as a foreign language, who are going to be teachers, they can do the internship as well here, teaching English, to the kids in Spain. Well, this is just experiences. This is another program that we have for the short term, but it's true that sometimes, the students who are attending for the internship, sometimes, we can do just or together with us, or just the activities you can do in Cuenca, like climbing, horsing in the nature. So a lot of activities that you're going to be able to do in sailing or surfing in Coruña, or sport activities. We are a small university, a small project, so we take care a lot of the students. Also, I always say, for example, it's canoeing in the river. In Cuenca, we don't have, the sea, but we have a beautiful river that we do a lot of activities there, sport activities, or for example, flamenco, to learn a little about the folklore of Spain. Instead of being just in the classroom, we go to have a class of flamenco. So the students can learn a little more doing, not only learning through the books, but learning through doing activities, pottery, a cooking workshop, etc. As I told you, this program is perfect, for students, well, who want to be in a small place, very safe, and we're like a little family. So we take care a lot of the students. It's not that you arrive to a big university and that you are going to be there alone. You are going to be one of us. We'll talk about accommodation later. One of us, we are going to help with students with everything. As I told you, it's like a little family. So this is perfect for these kinds of students, that you are not going to feel alone. And the students, for example, okay, Mario, I want to go to Barcelona next weekend, So my team, in the office is going to help you, okay, let's go to find, they're going to help you, to buy the tickets to go to Barcelona. Or if you need to go to the doctor, somebody's going to go to be with you to the doctors. That's also one of the differences as well for these small universities, that we know your name, we know who you are, and we are taking care of the students, But I always say the same. I know that there are students who want to be in a big university, in a big city, to be super independent, It's okay, then go to Madrid, Barcelona, you're going to be happy as well, But I mean that there must be a program for any kind of student, Here in the small places, as I told you, you can just go for the weekend to Madrid, but the rest you are going to be, with us, and in a very safe environment. In accommodation, we offer different kind of accommodations. Is homestay, that is living with a family with 3 meals per day, meals included, or residence that usually is much more expensive. So most of our students are on homestay for the short-term program, and in share apartment. You will see the share apartment. Most of the students who are attending for the 2 or 3 months program are in a share apartment because they are going to be a little independent. But they are going to be with Spanish students or families or Spanish people, but a little more independent, not all the time with the family that sometimes they don't want to. We have a mother, like, you have to eat everything, you don't like it, because a Spanish mother are like this. So that's what we are offering for your university students. As I told you, we are offering 5 accommodation in share apartment. So in case that you're attending the program, you have the fees for the course and enrollment, but the accommodation is, if you have the scholarship, you don't have to pay for the accommodation during the 2 months, okay? Now again, I say, any question? Just let me, before continue, because I usually like,
I
yes?
think it's great. I don't have any specific questions. Yeah, if you can go ahead and share the other parts of the
Okay,
presentation.
let's listen about Sasha, and then if you have any question, I will be happy, to answer, because I think that I'm saying everything, but maybe I'm forgetting about anything. But let's ask as well. Let's listen, Sasha, that she was several months in Coruña, so she will talk only about Coruña because she was there. But I'm in the program. when the students are doing, they ask me sometimes, Mario, I can do both places. If you are doing only Spanish courses, yes, a lot of students, they are doing 1 week in Cuenca, 1 week in Coruña, 1 month in Cuenca, 1 month in Coruña. When they are doing the internship program, no, it's not possible. As I told you, the problem is you're working for a company. And then, you have to stay in the same city because you have to stay in the same company. Important about the internship to tell you that they are real internship, are unpaid internship. They are not paid. Why? Because you are coming as a student, and the students, to be able to be paid internship, you need a working visa in Spain. But to travel in an academic program like this, where there is an internship inside of this academic program, you just travel. If you have Canadian or USA or many other passport, you don't need anything, just your passport, because you can stay, for less than 90 days, 3 months in Europe. That's why also it's good. You can travel. A lot of students as well, they are doing two months the program with us, and the other month, they are traveling around Europe, because once you arrive here with your passport, you can travel for 3 months with no visa. That's why it's an academic program. And even if it's a real internship, so if you're, for example, we have now in Coruña one student who are doing as major as journalism, and he's working in one of the best newspaper in Coruña. He's working like another member of the staff. Of course, he has a tutor, so everybody he is there to learn about everything. But he's working with everybody. So the first day he was a little shocked. He was really happy. He's very, very happy because, oh my God, Mario is great, but I have to work a lot. Yes, that's the idea. You are not going just there to make photocopies or do nothing. That sometimes happens, in the internship with the students or with international students. No, we guarantee that this is going to be good for your future and you are going to learn a lot. We have another one doing in a hotel, doing events planner, and another one who's doing animal science in this moment, so that I think, doing in this case in Coruña. So let's listen to Sasha so you can.
Hi,
okay.
My name is Sasha Smith. I am a New Mexico State University alumni. I did my undergraduate and graduate degrees at New Mexico State. I graduated in May of 2020 with my bachelor's and in May of 2022 with my master's, both degrees in electrical engineering. For my last semester at New Mexico State, I studied abroad in Spain in a beautiful city called La Coruña through the True Spanish Experience program, also called the TSC program. I will get into a bit more detail about the city that I lived in a bit, but first I want to talk about the TSC program. Through the TSC program, I was able to take Spanish classes where you can especially learn about local culture and improve your Spanish fluency or learn Spanish. The other part of that program was me assisting with some English and math classes at a local university, which was just an awesome experience. I got to make friends from Spain as well as other countries, since some of the students there were studying abroad from within Europe. I stayed with a host family, which was fantastic. My host mom was absolutely wonderful. It really helped me further immerse myself in the culture because I was speaking Spanish everywhere, at school, in class, at home. And the best part of all of that is that my host family really took me in as if I were their own, and they became family to me. And now I have a second home. Aside from my studies, I was able to explore while I was abroad. So just a little bit of background, Spain is divided into what are called regions, and then each region contains a province or multiple provinces, and then each province can contain multiple cities. So I lived in the region of Galicia, which has 4 provinces, and of the 4, I lived in the province of La Coruña, and more specifically, I lived in the city of La Coruña, since it is also a city as well as a province. You can Google Maps all of that for more clarity. I explored locally in La Coruña, of course, because I lived there. The city is along the Atlantic Ocean, so you have access to the sea, which is really beautiful. The water is very, very blue. If surfing is something that you're interested in, they have a pretty active surfing community, so I would recommend that to you if you're interested in that. Around the city, I got to see La Torre de Hércules, which is a very famous historic site. And there's also an aquarium and some museums that you can check out. There are tons of cafes and shops and restaurants and ice cream places. Pro tip, be sure that you have an umbrella with you because it rains pretty often in basically all of Galicia. The food in Galicia is absolutely amazing. It is easy to find products that are produced locally. Because it rains a lot, the soil is really healthy. And then, of course, the ocean is nearby. So if you like seafood or fish, I would recommend that you have some. I was able to travel around to see different cities in Spain. I went to Santiago, Madrid, Barcelona, Bilbao, San Sebastian, and Cuenca. I also went to a city called Porto in Portugal, and then I also visited Dublin, Ireland. So if you want to travel to other places, it is pretty easy and cost effective if you plan in advance. So if you wanted to travel, depending on the city, you can actually take a train called Renfe. This is Spain's national railway company. It is super easy to use and can be a lot less stressful than flying to travel, especially with luggage. Of course, if you go to like Ireland, you would need to fly. So if you're interested in that, there is an Irish airline called Ryanair. And if you plan in advance, you can get very, very cost-effective flights from Santiago, which is about a 30-minute train ride from Coruña. So with all of that said, I absolutely loved living in Coruña. I encourage you all to consider this city for studying abroad. It is truly a great place. I am very grateful for my experience there. And I have no doubt that your experience will be filled with lots of adventure and new experiences. So embrace it all and good luck. Happy travels.
Thank you, Sasha. Yes. Okay. So, any question? I wanted to show you, before, just you can see what I told you before to all of you that now this is a True Spanish Experience YouTube channel, and here in videos, you can see here a testimonial from students from China, from Hong Kong, from Northern University in New Mexico, from Asia, different programs, different universities from Korea, etc. So you have different activities that we are doing, so you can have a look, show the way where we are learning the language. You can see here a lot of videos about True Spanish Experience, facilities, etc. here in True Spanish Experience in YouTube channel, okay? So I don't know, Jasmine, any question? Do you want to something that maybe I have forgotten to say? I'm going to stop sharing now.
I don't have any questions for now. Is that the end of your presentation?
Yes, more or less, yeah, because
let me stop
yeah.
recording first. Yeah, let me stop recording.